Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 30 of our FTB Skies Let's Play series, where today we are getting some oil. We are trying to make a pun about America and oil, but I don't know if I want to go there, so let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, or I guess I'm assuming it's day. Could be nighttime. Based on the number of mobs out looking at my map, it's probably nighttime out there. But anyway, yeah, here we are back in the Castle of the Sky, and I was trying to do the thing with the traders to get the levitation crystal and everything. I went through every single one of my villagers that I had, and none of them worked. I have zombie villagers. Nothing. All of these cartographers, none of them would give me the levitation stone. So I'm not going to be able to cast the spell to break the Castle in the Sky as it stands now. Maybe in the future we can come back and everything, but honestly it's not that big of a deal. So anyway, let's go ahead and teleport ourselves back home. We can, that's fine. Did I not give this power? We can leave that here. That's fine. Castle La Puta. Sure. That works. And then now we have... Yeah, okay. So if we ever get a thing we want to come back there, we can without having to fly and all that stuff. Anyway, so today I'd like to work on a couple of different things. First off, apologies for not having an episode on Friday. I still have not been able to shake being sick, and this past week was a very long and rough week for me at the school. On top of being sick, it is state testing. I'm also one of the track coaches. We had 2 meets this week, plus 2 practices, plus state testing, which went all day. And yeah, I could not get into the studio on Thursday to record. Literally just, I came home and just basically died. And went to sleep. That way I could just survive through Friday to get myself to today. So that's where that's at. So this is going to be episode 30, coming out on Monday, I think. Episode 30, right? Yeah. Anyway, that being said, a couple of things that I'd like to work on. We're getting towards we haven't really gotten into Britannia or anything like that, or any of the magic, which we need to, but it is time for us to start working towards the end of the pack here. So my goal is to start working towards getting some of these end game tasks and missions here completed. So yeah, like we need to start getting Britannia going. I'd like to get like a compact machine with endo flowers, whatever those are, in my coal. Endo flame, and I'll just do the typical setup that I generally do to generate buku amounts of mana and not have to worry about it. We'll talk about that when that time comes. Just cheese the mana essentially. Where did all my to-dos go? They were literally all just there, weren't they? And they all just disappeared. That's fantastic. Okay. Anyway, so we have those things that we need to get going. We need these things, the echo shards. This stuff is pretty simple to do. That should be fine, though it's just going to require a lot of diamonds. Though we have it now, so it's really not that big of a deal. That's going to get us a giant induction cell, which is great. Store a ton of power. Increases the chance of chance cubes by 50 plus 50 when block is broken. This gives you more chance cubes. Do I want more chance cubes? That's more chance cubes is always a scary thing. We've gotten that. Yeah. Anyway, so that being done, I'd like to work on, I did have everything over here, but apparently it all just disappeared for whatever reason. I would like to start working on getting ourselves going into space. And getting ourselves into Ad Astra. Ad Astra is our space mod. Oh, there they are. Okay, I just had to do something to get them all to trigger back. Okay, let's get that back. Ad Astra is going to take us to space, take us to different planets and different dimensions here, which allows us to start getting some of the other items that we are going to need for our crafting purposes as we move forward. Let's go ahead and kick off a gold crafter. That way I have another one going. But yeah, we'll start working on getting into space. I think it'd be fun. Let's go visit the space. I know for this we're gonna need quite a lot of steel, so I'm gonna go ahead and request 64 steel just off the bat. That way I have it. But it looks like for us to go into space, we need a couple different blocks. And let's pull up the quest so we can talk about it. First things, we need a spacesuit. Okay, it's a little, like I said, it's a very little known fact, but you can't breathe in space. So you kind of need something to help with that. So spacesuit is going to be a must-have for us to be able to explore. We're going to need a workbench. The workbench is what allows us to actually craft our rockets, and apparently it is tiered. You have to make the first one first. And then we need a fuel refinery so we can start converting oil into fuel. In order to get our fuel, though, we need to get into industrial foregoing, which we already have, and we need to get a fluid drill set up to get us oil to be able to do this. So that's our first major goal, is to get us a fluid drill and a laser drill. Okay, fluid laser base and laser drills. Now the fluid laser base itself, we're only going to we're going to need one of these. But the fluid drills, we're going to need multiple of. So we'll go ahead and teach the system how to do these. Now I do have this on exact. It does not necessarily need to be on exact anymore. So we'll go ahead and turn that off. Now, do you know how to make the diamond pickaxe? You do not. So we can go ahead and do that. And then if we throw that in there, we should have all of those. Let's go ahead and get ourselves the lasers. So the fluid laser base, we just need one of these, but the drills, we are going to want at least 4, but probably more. We're missing latex. That tells me that something funky is happening with our system. So let's turn it off because we should have latex in the system. Let's go ahead and do 4 of these. Nope. Why are you not latexing? Let's get out of you. Highly possible I never hooked up the latex drawer to the system. Yeah, because we should have latex. Like there's over 1,000 buckets of latex. So let's go ahead and grab our linking tool and see what's up with you. I mean, it does appear to be that latex is added. Okay. Is it? Oh, you know why? Duh. Is the TheAndrata dumb? Yes, he is. That is a recipe that goes into the dissolution chamber, ain't it? Let's go double check. Pop on over here, grab the fluid laser base out of here. Fluid laser bases, how are you made? Oh, no. So wait, why do you want buckets of latex? It's for the Supreme machine frames. You should be able to do it. I'm confused. Dissolution chamber, you? Yeah, it's this recipe, right? Because the fluid laser bases are using an advance, which requires a simple. It's just yelling at us saying that we don't have access to latex. Oh, you know what? We don't. Something happens to the external storage that's on that controller then. My jetpack is too fast. There we go. That's what keeps messing me up. Wherefore art thou external storage? Why do I have it going all the way back here, making it complicated for myself? You should be on fluids. Wonder how you got changed to items. Well, now it should work. Anyway, if we come in here and now request 4 of these, we should be able to easily do so. Okay, cool. Bam, bam. All right. Drawers looking nice and pretty. Look at that. We got 3.1 thousand skulk there. We're going to use those in the near future to start working on those quests and everything. So let's go ahead and get ourselves out of here. And we should have access to those laser drills and the fluid laser base. Now, what we are looking for is oil. Oil from Ad Astra comes from a fluid laser drill with a gray laser lens. We are going to need to get ourselves one of these guys. So we are also going to need to go in there and teach the system how to make gray laser lens. So you make you, okay? So we need gray laser lens. So in order to do so, we're going to need some sort of glass panes, latex, and a gray dye. In order to get gray dye, our easiest way is probably just going to be black and white dye. To get black dye, we can get charcoal. Sure. And to get white dye, we have bone meal. So then this recipe goes here, and then the rest of you can go here. And let's get ourselves our other gold crafter that I made. We can go ahead and pop him there, just so that we have room for all the recipes. And we can go ahead and request ourselves the gray laser lens. I don't have any charcoal, really? Well, we can solve that. Smelt up some just wood. Yeah, smelt up wood. Throw that into our smelting factory. And you know what? Let's change that recipe. We want 64 of you. Make 64. Just bulk craft that for me. Again, I only set that for some recipes for some reason, and I don't know why, but it's just the way that my brain's working. Gray laser lens should be craftable now. And with that, we can go ahead and finally get ourselves started. Okay, so with this, we're going to need a couple things. We are going to need to set up liquids going into our storage room. So let's go ahead and kick off a quantum entangler or two so we can get that going. Basic control circuits, what? We don't know how to make those? How have I been making these my entire life? Excuse me? Really? So I've just been living on a prayer and happen to have enough in my system to make all those things. Well, I mean, I guess that's what happens when we're not necessarily rushing through, but we have been kind of sort of being a little bit lazy with how I'm crafting things. I'm not like going super, super crazy with everything. Let's go ahead and quantum entangler porter. Okay, that takes care of that. So getting our oil. We're going to go for oil, and we use our fluid base and our laser drill to do so. I don't see why it wouldn't be okay to put this over here in this area. Now, question, oil, do you have to be in a specific biome? That is a good question. Whitelisted biomes, oceans, that's it. Blacklisted biomes is none, but whitelisted is ocean. So we are going to have to put this in an ocean biome. So we're going to have to get ourselves an angel block. We're going to need our building gadgets, and we're going to need to build because we need to be in an ocean biome. So let's go ahead and find the nearest ocean biome. I believe one of these villages around here is ocean, if I am correct. Forest. I mean, honestly, I could probably just start flying and I'll come across oceans. And I have an angel block, so it's really not that big of a deal. That's a river. You know what? Before I do that, though, since I have to fly out, let's get ourselves a matter receiver. Let's add that to my to-dos so I remember to teach the system how to make this. Okay. And that. And we're going to need a flux point. We need a flux point for this. We're also going to need a flux point for the drill. So let's see. Can we make another flux point? We should be able to. Yeah. Easy peasy. Okay, cool. That's that. That's that. All right, let's go find ourselves a ocean. Desert. Shouldn't take too long to come across an ocean biome. You would hope. A lot of badlands, apparently. Yeah, warm ocean. However, this one's raining. I don't like that. Not that it really matters. You're also raining. Okay, well, can we get a non-raining? All right, well, I guess it's just going to rain. Not that it really makes a difference because, you know, like, that's just the way the game is. But and I'm not going to be over here very often. But still, I don't want it to be rainy. We need to go into you. What kind of blocks do I have a decent amount of? Again, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. We'll go with cobblestone. Bam. Now we can get my angel block back. And we can shift click you. And sure. Nice little platform. Ta-da. That is center. Yes. Okay. We can go ahead and place this here. We can go ahead and get this here. grab ourselves a flux point. Bam, you are the drill point or drill platform. Drill receiver. There we go. I like that. The main one that I'm going to use for all the power is going to be the drill platform. So I guess, yeah, that makes more sense. Oh, I used all of the cobblestone that I had. Interesting. Not for long. Except I'm throwing that all literally right out the hole. Let's do this. Oh, come on. Okay, pick it all up, put it in the bag. Thank you. Are you kidding? All right. Guess we'll just make it more complicated. Construction mode. Thank you. Build. Jeez Louise. You are going to be called drill platform. Oops. Platform. And we're going to bind you. Ta-da. Okay, cool. Now we can come back here whenever we need to. We're in the ocean and it stopped raining. That's beautiful. Okay, so our drill platform, what we're going to do, we're going to kind of sort of build it up a little bit. It's not terribly too high, but we need our fluid laser base. And ideally, we'd end up with 2 more fluid lasers, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and do this and this and this and this. Okay. So the way the fluid laser base works is that you have all these little holes that you can go ahead and feed lasers into. I believe you can feed into the top as well, but I'm not 100% on that one now. What we want to do is we want to get our gray laser lens, set that up into there, and hit the recipe. What is my depth? 20 to 60 will get me oil. So if I come into here and I say depth of 20 to 60, so anywhere in here, 50 would work perfectly fine. While we are waiting and we're setting this up, let's go ahead and kick off the whole shebang of upgrades. So we'll get a speed tier 2, processing tier 2, and efficiency tier 2. Let those craft. And they're actually pretty quick. So bam. We can go ahead and pop those into here. Speeds can't go in there, but they can go into the lasers. Yes. Okay. And yeah, we got things going, input, output. Okay, so what we have to do now, we have to build 1 block face away from these. So I'm going to go ahead and build this out. And we have to set up our laser drills to, well, drill into them. These are the laser part of the laser drill. So we go ahead and we place these around this bad boy. Rotating them as needed. Too fast. Slow yourself down. Need to look and see if there's other ways of like creative flight for this pack. And it is 1 block away. Yes, because you see that little floof going into the laser base. That means it's working. However, notice we're not getting any laser. We're not getting any oil or anything because nothing is happening because what do we need? We need power. So we got to put power into all of these bad boys, which is not terribly too complicated to do since we have pipes. Now, the more power we put into it, I believe, or actually I just believe that they're pretty power hungry overall. So we kind of want to, we don't want to go there because we're going to have fluid come out of there. I'll clean that up in a second. And sure, you can connect there just for posterity's sake. Okay, cool. So then we can get our flux point and we can have the flux point go ahead and sit here. You are going to be called the oil drill. Output go. And then we can extract. And let's get a pipes upgrade on this. Bam. Okay. So now the drills have power, which means that they are operating, which means that we should be getting oil into our system. Cool. And we've gotten 50 millibuckets of oil already. And you can see there's the processing. Bada bing, bada bing. And it happens to be as fast as these drills are going, they push stuff into there. Now, if we speed it up, they can go faster. So let's go ahead and get all of our upgrades. Industrial, what are these called? Add-ons. So we need at least 2 more tier 2 speed upgrades. And then we're going to need 4 processing and 4 efficiency to make this as fast as we can. And we can get more lasers too if we wanted to. We could put another laser down here on the bottom, and one could face onto the top as well. But for now, I think we're okay. I don't know exactly what upgrades we can put into this. I don't know if we can put all of the upgrades into here, so we will find out. Cool. Okay. What can you take? You can take everything. Okay. So take them all, take them all, and take them all. Good. Now we are cooking with oil. Get it? Get it? So look at how much faster it's going already. Plus, we have efficiency and processing going on in here. So now we have a bucket of oil. Sweet. So what we want to do is get ourselves our quantum entangleporters and go ahead and configure those. Clear out their configs. Bam and bam. Copy card. Boom, boom. And then we can place one of them here. And this guy is going to be set as oil input. Check. And fluids from the bottom will be allowed to input, and you will output, push to the top, turn everything else off. So now all of the fluid is going into here, and we have oil coming in. Cool. All we need to do now is come in here and chunk load this. So claim it. Honestly, looks like we're split between two chunks here. Not ideal. Should have checked that first, but doesn't really make too much of a difference. And there we go. We have lasers, oil coming in from the lasers and everything. Now, I believe, man, I did a mod spotlight on this. So I question myself. Can't we can make these connected, right? If I wanted to add more lasers to make this even faster, we can do this. Does that work? Yeah, see, and then they'll go angled. We can go even faster with this if we wanted to. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more laser drills. Keeping in mind, these do use a decent amount of power. Yeah, we're currently pulling like 6,000 RF per tick just for what we have going on here at their current speeds. So just something to keep in mind. We can blow through a lot of power with this. We should get another gas burning generator going since we have the capability of handling that ethylene load. Just to get us another buffer, I guess, going on. But hey, let's go ahead and set these up. Let's make this even faster. And you can set up, you can stack them. So you can set them on as a wall. You can kind of go crazy with this if you wanted to. We don't need this connection then. And we don't need this connection. And we won't need this connection. There we go. And there we go. Okay, cool. So now they should all be getting power at least. Now these ones aren't obviously sped up, but it does help the overall process. So we could add speed upgrades to it and everything if we wanted to later. I think we're doing pretty decent. We'll see how much fuel we actually end up ultimately needing for this in the long run. Okay, so that takes care of the oil being produced. Let's go into our storage room and let's set up a fluid drawer with what is it? 3 coppers. Missing drawers. Apparently I haven't taught the system how to make drawers. No, I have. Don't know why that was freaking out. Because it literally just made one. Okay. Fluid drawer can go here. No, excuse me. Fluid drawer here. You go here. We're going to go ahead and set you up with the quantum entangleporter. I want that to be towards the back. Bam. You are going to be on oil input, and you are going to eject your fluid from the front. Eject. You should have oil in you? No. No, I'm sorry, because that should be the back, not the front. Output back? No. Okay, so then what block are you? Does this tell me what face this is? No. I could just do this and I could say, hey, we're going to configure. No, okay. Because normally you'd have the shift wheel. Does N? Yeah, we're going to configure fluids. There we go. And then output. What side was that then? Oh, that's considered the top. Okay. All right. It just happened to do with how we were floating around and everything is what made that be that way. Whatever. Configurator works great. Okay. We are going to lock this drawer with our 16 buckets of oil in it. We are going to link it to the system. Then we are going to go ahead and upgrade it. And now we can hold 2,000 buckets of oil. Okay. So that takes care of the oil. We have oil coming in for us now, America, and all that good stuff. We have gotten our oil. So with the next steps is our goal is to get ourselves going into Ad Astra would be to actually start getting into the Ad Astra stuff. So we got the oil, we got the laser drill, the laser base. So now we can start going into Ad Astra itself and get the fuel refinery, the workbench and stuff. I'll probably start with this to start. I don't know how long it takes to refine the fuel. So we'll go with this route here. Maybe we'll set up, I don't even know. Where do we want to have a rocket take off from? That would be cool. Some little platform. Ideally, I could just add another level onto this, but at this moment, I don't feel like, doing all this design work and everything, expanding here. So we'll see how we end up. Maybe I'll just build up and then we'll work on design later. That's not going to happen, right? If I say I'm going to work on the design later, we all know it ain't going to happen. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.